time, baby. Oh, it's time to unleash it. It's time to get it all out there. It's time to enter the Cam Time era officially. Now, I want to rewind the tape to everyone who had that piping hot trash for me when I told y'all 2 weeks ago Cam Thomas should just be starting at this point with no Kyrie Irving, with no Kevin Durant. At the time, Harden had given up on us. I mean, why the job not? Especially when Kyrie's not even able to play. There's no Joe Harris. Just let the man start. Why not? Let that man start. I don't understand why we're not doing it. Just let the man start. Y'all said I was insane. Y'all said I was crazy. Y'all said I was jumping the gun. I'm 7. You didn't have basketball. I'm 7. We can't let him start. It was David Duke Jr. time. Y'all didn't have that energy. It was Kessler Edwards time. Y'all didn't have that same energy. It was Day'Ron Sharpe time. Y'all didn't have that same energy. Well, guess what? It's Cam time, baby. It's time. So all those other agendas, all those other narratives, have a seat. Have a seat on the largest of sofas for a lot of you bums and just accept the era we're in. Now, I was reserving judgment because I'm not going to lie, the last time I fell in love with the player on this team, Karis, I miss you so much and I'll never forget you. So I've been holding out, I ain't going to lie. I've been holding out, especially with the trade deadline coming up. I've seen how Sean Marks and the Nets have moved in the past, and it's anything for a ring. And I've just been a little worried about getting too attached to players. You know, you start to like what Bembry's doing, Bembry's gone, right? You start to get attached to Alize Johnson, Alize Johnson's gone, right? So I didn't want to cling on to another kid and just be like, okay, well, this is the future guy, right? And then they mess around and trade him. But at this point, like, I have full confidence that even if we flip him for some disgruntled star, which I hope we don't, but even if that happens, I am okay because of the memories we're sharing, and I'm not going to let this one pass me by. And some of y'all know how I feel when I'm when I'm talking about getting attached to a young star and then they're just gone. D'Angelo Russell, anyone? Like, you know what I mean? So I know y'all know the feels. I know y'all understand where I'm coming from. But unfortunately, I just gotta let myself get hurt. I'm like every Weeknd album. I can't be any more emotionally damaged than I already am, but I'm gonna try for love again. Minus the misogyny part. An able conversation is for another channel, but that's not here nor there. Listen, it's Cam time, a baby. Are we gonna talk about the shot? Are we going to talk about the shot of shots? And while I thought it was going to be like a Trae Young floater that capped it off because the way that man was shooting, and can I just say, I know y'all going to roll your eyes and say, wow, a Cam Thomas video, and you're going to slander Kyrie again. I sure am. When we talk about someone taking a lot of shots in the fourth quarter and it equates to a win, I have no problem with it. So when you try to sit there on your keyboard and say, oh, Sever, you don't have an issue when Cam Thomas does it, but when Kyrie does it, it's an issue. Yes, because it results in a win. If Cam did all that and we lost, I'll be honest, I'm on here talking trash about Cam. Because I keeps the same energy. If you do all that shooting and it results in a win, awesome. That's what I'm here for. But if you do all that and you're just shooting us out of a game, it doesn't mean anything. It's empty stats. I'm not going to pat dudes on the back for empty stats. We're not the Phoenix Suns. I don't do that shenanigans on here. It's not going to happen. When you bowl out like that and you win the game, that is the kind of stuff I'm here for. That is winning basketball. That is what you need on a championship roster. Not just a good, cute team, a championship roster. And Cam been about that action since the Summer League, and we're finally seeing it on display. He finally has the confidence to just let it rip, no Beyblades. And oh my God, I'm so beyond here for it. While we're talking about narratives, and shout out Justin for this whole thing, because as we were going back and forth on Twitter and such, just trying to piece together, like, how is Steve Nash going to find a way to ruin this game? Justin kept telling me, Sev, it's okay. You don't have to be so pessimistic. But, you know, I've been battered and bruised. I'm like the banana at the bottom of the barrel at Walmart. I am battered and bruised. I've been through so much with this team this year, and I have to get on camera and like think of something to say for 30 minutes. Like, you start to get a little pessimistic. But Justin kept saying, bro, it's all good. It is all good. Have faith in those you stand. That's what that man keeps telling me. He says, have faith in the ones you stand. What example am I referring to here? What was Justin trying to convey to me? Do not give up on LaMarcus Aldridge. Now, I was drinking the Drummond Kool-Aid. I ain't gonna lie to you. The fact that this man almost had 20 rebounds. I'm sitting here looking at Steve Nash like, why is Drummond not back in the game? I love LaMarcus Aldridge more than you, and that is whoever is watching. LaMarcus Aldridge could be watching this video, and I love him more than he loves himself. I want to make that clear. I'm the biggest LaMarcus Aldridge fan you are going to find in Nets world. I guarantee that. 1,000,000%. But I'm sitting there trying to figure out, now Cam Thomas is going off. What happens when Cam Thomas eventually misses a shot? Because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. He's going to miss a shot eventually. Wouldn't you rather have someone who has already secured 18 rebounds to be out there to grab the rebound, possibly go back up? If Taj Gibson is going to help us get another dunk, or someone who's going to be able to secure the rebound and kick it back out, maybe back to Cam or an open patty or something like that. What happens when Cam Thomas gets doubled, which would happen eventually? They're going to wake up at some point. Wouldn't you want them to swing the ball around, have those bums in some form of confusion and chaos, have their defense all scattered, and lo and behold, you have left Drummond just open down low, give him the ball dunkity dunk? Wouldn't that be great rather than just hoping LaMarcus Aldridge hits the jump shot? Because you know that's what they're doing. You know they're not going to draw a play to get him a look down low in the post. So you do a little dream shake and a little hook shot. We're not going to see any of that. It's going to be a pick and pop. You know that's what they're going for. And I'm not going to lie, after I sent the first message over to Justin, the exact same thing that I said would happen ended up happening. Cam Thomas missed a shot. LaMarcus Aldridge grabbed the rebound, tried to put it back up. Didn't go so well. And I was like, oh my God, Steve's going to mess around and lose this a game. But then LaMarcus had the Ash Ketchum moment. The Ash Ketchum moment. And he turned his baseball cap backwards and said, victory, I choose you. It was around that time LaMarcus Aldridge started dunking on folks. LaMarcus Aldridge started hitting that jumper. LaMarcus Aldridge started activating post mode on his own without a play being called for him and decided to take over. Not to mention the confusion of what to do with Cam Thomas and Patty Mills going off and having to look out for LaMarcus Aldridge and what he's going to do. You leave a Bruce Brown open to cut in and get some dunks and some floaters and some steals and all that shenanigans. Even James Johnson, who I constantly ask myself, who does he think he is exactly? And that's not like, oh, who do you think you are? Right? It's not on that type of stuff. It's on some, I want to know who he actually thinks he is. Because I think he's under the impression that he's Blake Griffin, right? I feel like he thinks, okay, if Katie's not out there, I have the capability of running the show. I can do it on my own. Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson can harken back over to the Miami Heat days all they want. But that's still James Johnson. And again, I'm breaking my rule of not talking trash about someone that has a neck tattoo, but it Michael B's like that. Like, you know, I just want to know who that man thinks he is exactly. Because it's not James Johnson. James Johnson doesn't think he's James Johnson. He thinks he's someone else. And you can see it from like the size up dribbles, 2K style that ends up in like you clanking it off the side of the glass like Westbrook. Like, I'm trying to figure out who that man thinks he is exactly. Because it's not James Johnson. I want to know who's that Pokemon. It's James Johnson. Neck tack. Like, I'm trying to put the pieces together personally. But even with all his offensive shenanigans and off and onness, He still played well, played amazing defense on them, and though he fouled out, he went out like a G. I thought that was great. I was a little worried about the idea of putting Bruce Brown on their star player, but didn't really seem to matter because when they get down, they just don't know what to do, which I find hilarious personally. But that's not neither there. Any other standouts? Did I mention that it's cam time, baby? I might not have, so I just wanted to just bring it up once more that it is cam time, baby. In case anyone was curious, it is indeed cam time, baby. I thought Seth Curry played well, more down to earth and more what I assumed he would be. I think maybe just the Kings are just a little bit more trash than I gave them credit for. I don't know. But this is the Seth Curry I assumed we would get, where it's like he's going to hit the wide open shot, maybe a couple of tough ones, get some cool assists, but that's about it. This was the Curry I thought we were going to get, which isn't bad. It's just, I don't know who that Curry was last game, but this is who I thought we were going to get. Either one I'm happy with. So I thought he played fine for what we are asking of him. Obviously, Drummond played well. The fact that he almost had 20 rebounds is insanity to me. Probably a double-double, I'm going to assume. Patty Mills played well for Patty, I guess. Something that I think is worth noting, and I would have said this regardless if we won or lost. We won. I don't know if I made that clear enough. But something I was going to say regardless if we won or lost is quite simply the fact that we are going to add Kyrie to this at some point. Be it the next road game probably after the All-Star break. Do we play the Wizards on the road? Because then Kyrie would play that? I don't know. But Kyrie's going to be there for that. So we're adding Kyrie to that. We're also adding Kevin Durant, who is the best player in the league currently. We're adding that. But did you know we're also adding Ben Simmons to all this? And all those times where I would venture to say Steve Nash is actively trying to sabotage the team, it's just the talent's just too good, Ben Simmons handles all of that. Like how we talked about how Harden's the coach, well now Ben's the coach. And I'm more comfortable with Ben Simmons behind the wheel than James Harden. As far as pure decision-making and playmaking. Like general offensive stuff, I mean, but playmaking and having the actual role of point guard, I'm good with that. And again, I know y'all want him to be a 4 so bad. He can do that on defense. On offense, let that man run the show. Because think about it. There was a period of time in the middle of the third quarter where we had 3 possessions back-to-back. I believe Drummond got a switch on someone. I can't remember who it was, but destroyed them in the paint, right? Gave it to him down low, destroyed him in the paint off the mismatch, right? The literal next play, James Johnson got switched on to Kemba, right? Easy lay-in, right? The next play, I can't remember who else was out there, but it was another big, I think it was Blake Griffin. Blake got matched up with someone, I can't remember. Maybe Fournier or something like that. God, did he play bad, by the way, but that's not even there. But I think he got switched on to Fournier, and Blake just took that man to Funky Town. I mean, it was just... Oh, God, I wish we could see that every play. I don't know why we're not giving post players the ball in the post. Like, yeah, Blake Griffin can hit threes, but it's like, dog, use the weapons on your Gundam. Like, it's like taking your, beam rifle and, trying to sword fight with it. Like, dog, pull out the sword. Come on, man. But that's not here there. Anyway. Those 3 possessions where we got 3 switches and our bigs were just abusing people down low in the paint, right? If you have Ben Simmons out there, Ben Simmons, who has a brain and a pulse, is going to realize, oh, there's a clear mismatch here. Let's do whatever it takes, no Degrassi, to try and exploit that. After all, Ben Simmons is a walking mismatch as well, so I'm sure there will be times where he himself will just be posting up little guards. That's basketball 101. That's what you do. But But not Nash. Steve Nash would rather just sit there. I mean, there was a time in the first quarter, actually the entire first quarter, Steve Nash didn't call a timeout not once, the whole quarter. As we were getting stomped out by almost 30, Steve Nash didn't call a timeout not once. And it's just like, it's just going to be great to add these other dynamic pieces, especially Ben, because we'll have a coach again. Watching the team after halftime just ignore Nash and say, let's just go win, forget what this man is saying, is concerning, but a dub is a dub, I guess. I don't know. It was weird. This was also tied for our second largest comeback. No, tied for first or second largest comeback in history. I know there's the infamous Kings game. There's the Suns game from last year. And I guess this game, I'm bad with numbers, but it was a historic game nonetheless. Let me see, is there anything else I need to bring up before I end this video? Oh yeah, it's cam time, baby. I don't know if you knew that, but it's cam time, baby. I think it's okay to have Patty Mills come off the bench. That's what we got him for. It'll be all right. I don't know, but who runs point? Can Seth Curry run point? I'm asking y'all. Can he run point? Because if he can, have Patty come off the bench. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not like he did a bad job. Him and James Johnson had a cool connection. If Seth is capable of running point, let Cam start. Patty come off the bench, and you got like scoring options everywhere. Like we don't have to continuously have Cam come off the bench when he's like he's ready now. And I think during a time period where it's like we're waiting on I don't know what this is, but like we're waiting on stars to come back. I don't know how to turn into a Millie Rock, but like, why not just do it, right? Why not just do it? Like we've seen crazier lineups. Why not just do it? I don't understand it personally, but as long as we're all in agreement that it's cam time, baby, then I feel comfortable ending this video. Also, if you're interested in some Nets Republic merch, link in the description for that, but that's not here nor there. I am 7-Man Young 7-Man, the youngest of the 7 men, the greatest there has ever been. Sevens. This is Nets Republic. You know, Nets Republic. It's cam time, baby.